About saramba. Saramba means the mental state by which you are going to outsmart other people based on the kusala things or akusala things. Then conceit, as you can see here, mana. Is it mana? Conceit? Yes, mana. Mana entails sizing up, also kind of comparing. Now, mana, even anagami person has mana. Anagami person. Mana will be only eradicated when you become an arahant. That's interesting. So don't worry when people are considered. That means it is such a very higher akusala, mana. Because when you become an arahant, there are 5 things that are going to be eradicated. Rupa raga, arupa raga, mana, uddacha, avijja. Last thing to go is avijja. Right? Avijja will be unfolded. Then arrogance. Arrogance here means atimana. Atimana means, I would say, elevation of the mind on account of social class. I would say, extreme elevation of the mind. So you are always thinking that you are superlative than others. Then we have mother. Mother means intoxication. Then we have negligence called pamada. That means negligence. Negligence. So we will learn more about the last 4, interestingly. Mana, interestingly, sizing up, I would say comparing, and conceitedness. Do we see this in other suttas? Do you see that in the Metta Sutta? Sakko ujucha sujucha suvacho chassamudu anatimani. Anatimani. Anatimani means humble. That means the opposite of mana. We may not be able to be free from mana, but at least your mana is well managed, right? Anatimani. Then atimana, that means this is the superlative end of your mana. That means you always think you are higher than other people, right? Can you tell me some examples in people's life? How people may practice atimana in their practice? Any examples? Now a poor person might say, I have to always see the price tag of an item when I want to buy. Somebody who wants to show off might say, no, I'm not going to see the price tag. I just put them into the cart and then I simply check out. Because I'm okay, I can pay. But for the people who cannot afford, they always look at the price tag, whether I can afford with whatever I have. So that person who has some money is going to show off in the form of atimana, which is bad. If you have money, you go and buy it. You don't need to show your affordability in an akusala state. What are the other ways of showing atimana? Other ways? They get what? Public? Yes. That means donors' names are published. Well, that might not directly be a part of atimana, but you know, yeah. But I mean, the person who can afford does not challenge the one who cannot afford. But there are people who challenge in different little ways to show that I can do it better than you, right? Atimana. What are the other examples in your family life? Any state of mind where you are going to show that you are better than the other person in terms of everything. Let's go to mother. It's a very bigger topic. Mother. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah, it can be. Anywhere, any situation where somebody else is showing off that I can do better than you. Right? So when we go down to mother, this is interesting. The Buddha talks about 108 mothers, intoxications. Now you only know one mother. What is it? Huh? What is the only mother you know? You know one mother. I mean, huh? Yes, I mean, seriously. You know only one mother. What is it? Huh? Sura Mereya Majja Pamadattana. Fifth precept. The fifth one is about mother. Whatever the food and beverages you are consuming, that will eventually lead to pamada. That means mother. Suramere Majja Pamadattana. Mother and pamada. Whatever the food and beverages you are consuming, which will eventually lead to negligence and intoxication. So food can intoxicate us. That's why you may sometimes doze off after eating. When you eat too much, you doze off. Right? How did the Buddha ask us to eat food? Did he ask us to fill up the whole tummy? No. Then who said that idea? You have to eat well, fill up the whole tummy. It's a cultural idea, right? It's not a Buddhist idea. The Buddha said, leave some 4 to 5 mouthfuls of food and then drink water instead. So you can get intoxication by eating too much food. What are the other types of intoxications? Arogya mother. You might sometimes feel I'm healthier than other people. Other people are less healthier than me. There are so many mothers in that context. Then negligence, pamada. That means you are always looking for sensual pleasures. You are not trying to practice certain Dhamma things. So You have to practice certain, at least certain Dhamma things. Now, of course, you are practicing Dhamma very well. For those who are not even conscious about their life, they will be always with pamada. That's why there are people who go beyond 50s and then only they think about, when aging happens to them, they think about, maybe something wrong that I cannot control myself. Then I have to go to a local temple. But the precious time has been gone. Because with timing, things are bothering us. As time happens, we are physically going to be immovable, disabled in a way. Our cognition will go down. The capacity to learn Dhamma is going to be low. That means, while you are enjoying your lay life, you have to practice it. If somebody says you have to stop the lay life, that is another mistake. While you are enjoying your lay life in the proper right way, you can practice the Dhamma. Not that you have to stop the whole lay life and then practice the Dhamma. Right? All right, so these are the 16 upakkilesas. Now, any questions with the last 4? Yes, Eva. Please, mic.
Bhante, I'd like to ask about anger.
Anger.
Yeah.
Okay. Koda.
Yeah, because when I'm angry, I feel ashamed.
Huh?
When I get angry, I feel ashamed.
When you become angry,
I feel ashamed.
you feel what?
Ashamed.
Ashamed.
Yeah. But anyway, the question is, some of these are they more on the, these are mental states, right? From emotions to mental states. Some of them can be triggered as a community. For example, like maybe a consumer had a problem and then posted on the Facebook expressing dissatisfaction.
Yeah.
And that triggers the online community to react, to put pressure for resolution, for example. So it's not a good quality, but it gets a good result, right? When there's a problem that requires immediate attention as a community.
You mean somebody's leaving a comment about a bad experience?
Or even, for example, if one is in the hospital and not getting the right treatment, if there are two ways of approaching for action. You can either talk to the authorities nicely, or you can express anger for not being
I don't think you need to air our anger on a comment. Rather than you can write the true service you got in that particular place. Let's say this happened, that happened. You should never write anything in anger. Even in law, judges cannot give a verdict out of anger. That's by law. Let's say a judge is going to send somebody to capital punishment. Even judge cannot do in anger. They have to just follow the procedure. In the same way, if you want to leave a comment for a restaurant, maybe for a medical treatment, you can write it in a nice way, but you have to reflect the problem. So that is helpful for other people who are going to that place.
Yes.
So they will be well taken care of. But if you write in very angry way, so the people who are reading that also become angry.
Yes.
Right? You are spreading the anger. And plus,
yes,
merchant cannot delete that comment on Google. They don't delete it. And probably you are going to destroy the whole business. That's not nice, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
So the point I'm trying to say is...
We can do a lot of things without anger. We become angry, but we want to do it for a purpose. So we can do that purpose without anger. We will try our best.
Yeah. Anyway, these are just examples, got nothing to do with me. Yeah. And then just now you mentioned that one of the qualities is not to get angry and to tell the truth.
Mm-hmm.
I find it interesting that the Mara has no anger as one of the characteristics.
Mm-hmm.
But
No,
I'm
in
not-
order to be a Mara, you cannot be angry. After become a Mara, you may be angry. Because now Mara became very angry about the Buddha. Because now you are going to make me lose a lot of people in the sansaric life. I want people to be with me. So he became angry. Devas are super angry, angrier than us. Some devas die out of anger. But in order to be a deva, you cannot be angry.
once you
That's
have become
interesting.
one, yes.
You cannot be, because that's a higher state of the sensual world. But after you became a deva, you may be angry. You may be, maybe not. Yes.
Okay.
When the Vasavatti Mara was going to challenge the Buddha, even the Sakka, they all were scared. Vasavatti Mara will take the Buddha down. Yeah, Sakka and all the devas. All right. Any questions? If not, we can do a bit of meditation after this, probably 15 minutes. We'll take 1 more minute if you have any questions.
Bhante, all these upakkilesas are mental impurities, right? It all starts in the mind. Am I right to say that so long as we do not do any action or speech, we will not create any bad karma?
Can you rephrase it? Yeah.
These are all mental impurities, right?
Yes. Yes.
But once it arises in our mind, so long as I do not take any action or do any speech, I will not create any bad karma.
Well, this is why I shared with you about the reflection at the beginning. When you reflect, the probability of arising these 16 is going to be minimal. That is why now the solution part has not been yet talked in wide way. So reflection is the key. So let's say abhijja visamalobha. Definitely we can stop in time. We know lobha is bad. Then what about abhijja visamalobha? Then vyapada, definitely we can stop in time. Khodha, we may be angry, but we can stop those higher levels. And then all these other things we can stop in time. We can do certain things upfront. So don't take it for granted to say that they might arise, so we are creating akusalas. They might arise as long as we don't practice reflection, paccavekkhana. That's why reflection is very important. So we can stop them in time, or we can minimize, diminish those 16 from giving us a hard time.
So we must try not to allow them to arise.
No, we should not allow them to arise.
I should not allow them to
We
arise.
should do the prior activities so that they won't arise that much. Maybe when they arise, for some reasons, we know how to manage them.
Okay. Thank you, Bhante.
Yes. So there are always possibilities, things we can do. Don't think that they are inevitable. Now today, when you learn about anger as a pre-practice, during practice, post-practice, I think you must be very excited to practice these three things. Huh? And from today itself, I can do metta, I have to practice metta. I know it is only working mostly for the pre-practice. During the practice, we have to recognize, accept, and use reflection. Post-practice, yoniso manasikara. So we know what to do. Then why not, from today, do something about it? So when the real anger arises, for whatever the reasons, we are not lost. We know that there are certain things. In case that we pass the pre-practice, we can do the during practice. In case we fail in the pre and the during the practice, we can do the post-practice. So we have the gadgets, we have the gears. Now for many people, they don't know what to do. They don't know what they are supposed to do. So understanding these 16 with those pre, during, post practices, you are well equipped to manage them. All right, then we will take some time for a sitting meditation. So you can start your sitting meditation. If you cannot practice sitting meditation, you can just walk. And then after that, we can do the chanting part and then share the good karmas. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So we have come down to the end of the first day of our retreat. But before we finish the first day, we are going to chant a sutta, and then we are going to share all the good karma, so allowing you to rest enough for tomorrow. Now, let's chant a sutta. May the power of the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha be always be with you. May the power of the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, while being always with you, help you to overcome dukkha, illnesses, and all your fears. Thinking thus, we're going to chant. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavatu arahatu samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavatu Samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavatu arahatu samma sambuddhassa. Itipiso bhagava arahang samma sambuddhu vicca charana sampanno sugatu lokavidu anuttaro purisa Sattha deva manussanang buddho bhagavati swakhato bhagavata dhammo sandintiko akaliko ehi passiko opanayiko pacchatang veditabbu vinyuheti Supatipanno bhagavatu sāvaka sanghu ujupatipanno bhagavatu Nyāya patipanno bhagavatu sāvaka sanghu Sāmīci patipanno bhagavatu sāvaka sanghu Yadidang chattari purisa yugani atta purisa Esa bhagavatu sāvaka sanghu Ahuneyo pahuneyo dakkineyo anjali Anuttarang punyang kettang lokassati Etena sacca vanjena pātu tvang ratanantayang Etena sacca vanjena pātu tvang ratanantayang Etena sacca vanjena pātu tvang ratanantayang Karaniya matta kusalena yantang santang padang abhisamecca sakku ujuca Suvacho chassa mudu anatimani santussa kocha subharocha appakinchocha sallahuka vunti santindriyocha nipakocha appagambhu kulesu ananugindu nachakundang samachari kinchiyena vinyu pari upavadeyung Sukino va kemino hontu sabbe satta bhavantu sukhitatta yeke cipana bhutatti tasava anavasesa digha vae mahantava majjima rasa khanukatula dittha eva addittha yecha dure vasanti avidure bhutava sambhave Sabbe satta bhavantu sukhitanta naparu paranni kumbeta nati manneta katta chinang kanchi vyarusana patiga sanya nanya manyassa dukkha mincheya mata yatha niyang puttang ayusa Evampi sambha bhutesu manasang bhavaye Mettancha sambha lokasmin manasang bhavaye aparimanang Uddhang adocha tiriyancha asang averang asapantang tittang charang Sayanu vāyāvatasya vigatamindu etang sating aditteya brahmamitang idamahu dittincha anupagamma dassanena sangpannu kāmesu vineya nahi jātu gambaseyang Punereti etena sacca vanjena dukkha upasamintu te etena bhaya upasamintu te etena sacca vanjena roga upasamintu te sadhu sadhu sadhu. Let us transfer all the good karmas which we've been making today to the departed ones this way. Idam me ñāti nang hotu sukhitahun ñātayo idam me ñāti hontu ñātayo idam me ñāti nang hotu sukhitahuntu ñātayo. Also let us share all the good karmas with the Deva, Naga, Mahitika too. Ittavata ammehi sambatang punya sangpadang sabbe deva anumodantu sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabbe satta anumodan sabba sangpatti sindhya akasattaca Naga mahindika punyantang anumoditva chirang rakkang tuloka sasana chirang rakkang tudesana chirang rakkang tumang paranti chirang rakkang tutwang sadati. Finally, may all the good karmas which we've been making today be supportive and helpful for all of us to attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Abhivadana sirissa niccang vaddhapachāino chattaru dhamma vaddhanti ayuvanno sukhang balang ayurārogya sampatti sagga sampatti mevaca ato nibbāna sampatti iminate saminjatu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Before you rise, I wanted to give you some housekeeping announcement. Tomorrow morning, we are going to gather here at 5:30 for the renewing of the precepts and Buddha Vandana. And from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m., we are doing meditation. Actually, I have a weekly meditation class. I'm going to connect that class to you. That means they might be seeing us on the screen, but we are going to meditate, right? So then 7:10 is the breakfast dana. The rest of the schedule you can see over there. So please be here by 5:30, and I wish you a good night. At the same time, have a fruitful night, fruitful practice. Now we are going to bow down 3 times to the Buddha, just to ceremonially wrap this up.